They Abrahamic faiths are masters at purchasing loyalties. See, I have written this history of Mewar Maharanas, and I'm publishing a book on Deepavali. And I was baffled by the amount of treachery the Islamic invaders did with Hindus. There is always a number two or number three in the hierarchy, okay? He will always have some kind of grudge. There will always be more claimants for power, for the throne. They always tapped that grudge, funded him, and then made him fight the Mewar Maharanas. And that's the beauty of Mewar Maharanas, that they overcame even the inner treachery. Not only they overcame the Islamic invaders, but they overcame the inner treachery also, and they were merciless. As Pratap was merciless in dealing with treachery. So we got to learn from our great people who have taken our dharma out of the most difficult times, and still we are Hindus because of them. So when this is the amount of money being spent on your political leadership, just imagine 50 crore rupees a year to a television channel. Will they ever come to Dr. Umendra Ratnu and ask him what is the data of Hindus being murdered? Or they will only parrot about some akhlaq or some nizam or some Pehlu Khan being murdered. This is my grudge against the Hindu leadership, that we are not doing our Purva Paksha, we are not connecting dots, we are not using basic intelligence to understand how this works. Instead, we want Hindus to fight for Sanatan Dharma on a voluntary basis. Stop about Gita, yaar. Let's focus on Dharma Foundation. Give Gita some rest. Listen to what I've come here. It's a very original and a very pious thing that I'm talking about. So please give me your attention. So if we have to find Hindus whom we can fund, who we can pay as a monthly salary, and start working for survival of Sanatan Dharma. As I was saying, if we depend on volunteers, we cannot fight a well-oiled, well-funded machinery of Abrahamic faiths. As they say in English, if you give peanuts, you will get monkeys. So if we really want Sanatan Dharma to survive this violent onslaught on our economy, on our numbers, on our demography, on our culture, on our civilization, on our values, on our festivals, we have to develop dedicated people who will constantly go on fighting. This cannot be done on an ad hoc basis. You cannot have a part-time worker like Umendra Ratnu. Half of the day I'm making my ends meet. I have to earn my bread. I have to give my installments. I have to pay for my equipments that I buy. At the age of 52, I have loans which I have to take care of. And I'm also fighting for Dharma. The stress itself is going to break me. I mean, I'm just giving an example. I have Jay Ahuja, my brother, who's an entrepreneur. 10 days a month, he's sitting in Delhi fighting for the rights of Pakistani Hindu immigrants. His entire business has been destroyed because he just cannot stay in Jaipur. He was into property business, and it's a very sad state of affairs. We cannot keep sucking the blood of our own people without funding them. And don't tell me that Hindus don't have money. We Hindus have enough money. And I'm not even talking about asking one Hindu to part with his 10% wealth and give us and that kind of crores of rupees of donation. Here's the plan. I approached Swami Vijnananandaji of the Vishwa Hindu Parishad, and I explained the whole idea of Dharmansh to him. We are replicating what the Abrahamics are already doing, so I got to give it to them. The idea came to me from the Abrahamic thought itself. So why can't we Hindus have our own Hindu zakat, which I call as Dharmansh? And here is the mathematics. 100 crore Hindus on this globe, 99 crores will not listen to us. They will still indulge in movies. They will still indulge in cricket sattas. They will still think that their personal wealth is going to save them. They will still indulge in foreign vacations. They will still waste money in marriages, crores of rupees in marriages, and worthless this katha and that katha. But they will not fund the poor Hindus. I'm only talking about 1 crore Hindus. I'm sure 1 crore Hindus are like you and me, who understand that 10 years down the line, there will be nothing left to be saved. So if 10%, 1% Hindus understand this, that makes 1 crore Hindus globally. And if 1 crore Hindus give 100 rupees a month, we have 100 crore rupees a month fund for Dharmansh Foundation. What will we do with it? We are already allied with Agniveer. And please don't make it personal. Somebody has a grudge with Agniveer, I don't care. I will give funding to these organizations only when the bona fides are confirmed, when actual work is being done on the ground. Nimit Ekam, the NGO that I'm running, we have taken out 10,000 Hindus. Everybody is most welcome to come and visit them in Jodhpur and Jaipur and Jaisalmer. The kind of work we are doing with Pakistani Hindus, the kind of work we are doing with the Valmiki, Regar, Khatik Samaj, the kind of work we are doing to fight the halal economy, everybody is most welcome. As far as Nimit Ekam's accounts are concerned, we have posted the income and expenditure account on the website itself. All of you can go and check for yourself. The same is going to be done for Dharmansh Foundation. Every penny that comes to Dharmansh Foundation and every penny which goes out will be accounted for. And the CA team will put the 6 monthly or yearly account audit on the website itself, so that the fiscal integrity, the fiscal hygiene of DFI, Dharmansh Foundation India, is not questioned. Nobody wastes time in questioning the fiscal working of DFI. So we have allied organizations like Agniveer, we have Hindu Seva Kendram of Kerala, Dr. Shashi Vishwanath, a brilliant man from Atlanta, is a physician. We have Auroveda in the US working with us. We have Indic Collective. We have Aarti Agarwal's Hindu genocide documentation. The poor lady is working absolutely alone. And the kind of threats she gets and the phenomenal work she has done. Last month only I talked to her and we promised her about 15,000 to 15 to 20,000 rupees per month, so that she can hire a person to document this work and to do the clerical work for what Aarti is doing. Aarti is a great brain. It's a great idea what she's doing. Once we have these documents, this data and the statistics with that, we go to the United Nations, we go to the UNHRC, and we try to save these 1 crore Hindus in Pakistan, 2 crore Hindus in Bangladesh, and lakhs of Hindus in Sri Lanka who are dying every day.